Creatures of the night, it's your girl Tati. Let's talk about Ring of Honor. We did have a show that was slightly under 2 hours. And yes, we had another classic match on this episode. So, how did the show go? Let's just say there's some interesting things that went on, but overall, I would definitely say skippable. Now, we did start off with STP in action. We had the infantry versus local talent. A lot of local talent was featured in this episode, which I'm cool with. However, this was pretty quick. And the infantry are letting you know that, hey, we have joined STP. We are officially the bad guys, and we're willing to do whatever it takes to show everyone that we running things over here. And honestly, them being heels right now, best case scenario, I really do feel like a lot of baby faces within AEW, Ring of Honor, kind of probably have to go through being the bad guy before they can go back to being the good guy and just get a little personality out there, go out there and have some fun and get the crowd to, I don't know, see them in a different light. And definitely this was the right move for this group to be heels right now. Now, after this, we do have Spanish Announce Project versus local talent. And honestly, whatever, skippable. SAP ends up taking the win. After this, Lee Moriarty cuts a promo on Matt Taven. Matt Taven is looking to get his hands on the Pure title. However, Lee Moriarty is not fazed by it. He's letting Matt Taven know that, hey, I'm the one who rules the Pure division up in here, and you ain't nobody. Now, is that true? Not necessarily. I do believe that Lee Moriarty is definitely one of the best technical wrestlers out there right now. However, we have not been able to see that as of late. Even with him having this title, we need to see a little bit more of Lee Moriarty in the ring so people can see why he's the Pure champion. Now after this, we do have Sammy Guevara versus Preston Vance. And Preston is huge. This guy is huge. Sammy Guevara just standing next to him, I was just like, whoa, this looks like a middle schooler versus like next to some athlete college dude or whatever. It's a huge difference. However, we do have Dustin Rhodes, who's been a mentor ringside. He brought out a chair just in case there's any funny business going on. And Sammy and Preston actually have a pretty great match. We got a chance to see some pretty great stuff from both of them. Yes, Preston got to do something in this match. And even at some points of the match, he was in control. But obviously, Sammy is a tag champion, so he's going to end up taking the win. After he takes the win, the lights cut off. And you're hearing the snappings and all these things that you know the righteous is near, but they actually don't come out. They're just playing mind games, teasing everybody. And Dustin, he's like, I got this chair in my hand. I'm ready for whatever. But they never end up coming out. So that's okay. And then Sammy goes over to Preston and goes and shake his hand and check up on him. I'm just like, bruh, like, what the hell? I don't know. A little too friendly right now. After this, we have a new commercial, the Outrunners. They are letting us know they have new merch. They have fanny packs and they have new hats. Now, I'm not a hat person, but I am a fanny pack person. I don't know if I'm going to get it though, but it's cute. Now, we also have tag team action with EJ and Duca teaming up with Lee Johnson going against local talent once again. I like them as a team, but I have not yet seen them look like a tag team yet. This is their second match together. I think it's going to take a few times for them to be in the ring to get more of that chemistry. But right now, it's just okay. We got to work on this a little bit more. And yeah, they end up taking the win. So now we have an emergency Minion empowerment meeting where Lexi and Athena are talking about... So, okay. Some of y'all know a couple of weeks ago, Athena had a match in Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. Now, obviously, they're in Canada. She had a fantastic match with Giselle Shaw. And honestly, I was just like, I would actually like to see her a little bit more outside of Ring of Honor. And this time, here they are. And during this emergency Minion empowerment meeting, they're actually talking about her going to Japan, going to China, going to all these different places to defend the title. And honestly, I am here for it if that's exactly what they're going to do. But then again, I'm thinking about what they're doing with Takeshita right now, and I'm a little bit nervous if that's the route they're going with Athena. Now, while Athena and Lexi are talking about all the countries they want to go and defend the title, here come Billy Starks, and they're just like, what the hell are you doing here? And Athena ends up leaving because she doesn't want to have anything to do with Billy Starks. And Lexi lets her know that, hey, if you want to be under the good graces of Athena, you better apologize. And honestly, Lexi locally don't have anything to apologize about. After this, we have Diamante versus Rachel Ellering. I'm trying to think of something nice. Rachel Ellering doesn't do it for me. I don't know what it is about her. I don't know what we got to do. We'll figure it out somewhere down the line. However, these two girls had zero chemistry with each other, and I was just like, holy shit, like what are we doing here? The crowd was so freaking quiet the entire time. I don't think they got into it at all, and honestly, I could see why they didn't. Diamante ended up taking the win, and I was so glad it was over. But then we had Red Velvet who came after to attack Diamante. Was this a heelish move? I'm going to say no, because the two of them been having back and forth altercations for the past few weeks. Actually, Red Velvet, we haven't seen her for a couple of weeks, but every time we see Red Velvet, we're seeing Diamante. They're getting into little scuffles or whatnot. So I don't think this was a heel move of her for attacking Diamante after the match. It was more of a, you got me last time, bitch. I'm going to get you this time. After this, we have Layla Hirsch in action with local talent. Pretty much a squash. Layla takes the win. You ain't missing nothing. After that, we do have Matt Taven, who cuts a promo. He is serious about getting his hands on the Pure title. Matter of fact, that whole minute and a half promo he was doing, he probably blinked just one time. His eyes were just huge, and you could just see like he means business. Honestly, I'm happy to see him going for singles gold. However, I do think that we need to pick up the story a little bit between him and Lee Moriarty. So far, we've only seen Matt Taven do 2 singles matches, one with Mark Briscoe, when Mark Briscoe had a title, which was a couple of weeks ago. And then he had another one, who was it? Aaron Solo, I want to say last week or the week before. Lee Moriarty, we haven't seen much of him in singles action, but we're seeing him every week with STP. I mean, I'll take it. After this, we have Aaron Solo versus Ishii for what? I have no clue, but still not bad. Just something to do. I don't know where this even, some of these matches, I don't know where they're even coming from. Ishii obviously take the win. And when Ishii comes out there, they put the conglomerations, Tomohiro Ishii. And I was just like, ugh, the conglomeration, ugh. I don't know. Something about that group, they'll never be right with me. After this, we do have the Righteous, who is coming out for a match, I'm guessing. And they don't even make it 2 feet out of from the entrance. And here is the Sons of Texas, Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara attacking the Righteous. How dare they? How dare they? Now, they get into a brawl. They're getting into it. Dutch is leaking. Vincent, he's getting his ass whooped or whatever. They had, like, how many referees, how many security guards? And I was just like, holy shit, like, y'all got all these people employed? This is very interesting. The story between them is picking up. And I feel like right now that's the most interesting thing that's going on, because I feel like they're putting more emphasis on what's going on between these two teams. However, I feel like we're not seeing too much of the Righteous in terms of their character. They're coming out there, they're playing the mind games, but you still have not tried to get us to figure out who the Righteous are, or make us think like, what are these characters? And honestly, they could push a little bit further when it comes to Vincent and Dutch, but we still got a few more. Well, I was going to say we have like a month before the next pay-per-view, but we still have no updates on the Final Battle pay-per-view, which is usually mid-December. So we'll see what ends up happening with that if we get an announcement on that. Either way, I hope they are going to push this for these teams to go against each other at the Final Battle pay-per-view, if we get that. All right, so a surprise match here that kind of was like, okay, this is pretty good. Nick Wayne versus Ryan Clancy, fancy Ryan Clancy. I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be a squash. Mama Wayne came out there looking so good. Mama Wayne, oh my gosh, it was so good. Kip Sabian was there too. You know, he's just there ringside. They had really great chemistry. I would assume they've had matches before together. I really love the chemistry. The crowd was behind him. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna guess that he's local talent, so the crowd definitely was behind him and cheering for him. But I thought he gave a really great match with Nick Wayne. I think I would honestly say this was the best match of the night for me. It just felt like, okay, two people got together and really wanted to entertain the crowd. Everything else was just like, we just coming out there to give y'all something to watch for a few minutes. But this match right here felt more like more thought was put into it. Absolutely enjoyed it. Nick Wayne ends up taking the win. You guys know that on Collision, Nick Wayne is going to be going against AR Fox. They got beef from like God knows, like a year or so ago that Nick Wayne just happened to remember, and they're going to fight about it on Saturday. So now here's some interesting news. Shane Taylor Promotions, they went to a locker room. In that locker room is 4 useless security guards. They're there just chilling or whatever. Apparently not doing any work. And Lee Moriarty was just like, where the hell is Dustin Rhodes? And one of the guys was like, he didn't know. And they whooped his ass. Then they just was like, fuck it, we'll just whoop all y'all asses. So Lee Moriarty, Shane Taylor, the infantry start beating up on all the security guards. And then Shane Taylor gets in front of the camera and he's like, we coming for you, Dustin. And I was just like, what? He goes, Dustin, you have something that you stole and I want it back. And I'm just like, wait a minute, what the hell is he talking about? Now, it's not clear at first, but then here comes a classic match. And the classic match that they put on was Shane Taylor Promotions versus the Mexic Squad, tongue twister. That's when they won the 6-man tag titles. And then that's when it clicked to me that, wait a minute, what he's looking for from Dustin is 6-man tag titles. And you know what? I am 100% with it, with them winning the 6-man tag titles. Why? Number one reason is because where are the Von Erichs? Where are the Von Erichs? There's no title defenses. I can only truly think of one title defense. There might have been 2, but I don't remember. We really haven't seen much of them. You know, ever since they left Texas, maybe one more time that we've seen them. But other than that, it's been Dustin doing tag team stuff with Sammy Guevara. And really, we want to have reign defending champions that will be on the show. So if the Von Erichs can't commit, there are other people who are definitely worth holding those titles. So I can't wait to see where they go with this. And once again, if and when we get that pay-per-view, hopefully those titles will be on the line and STP take them titles off of the Von Erichs and Dustin. Now for another awesome match, we had AR Fox versus Josh Woods. Yes, we have Mark Sterling, Aria Daivari ringside, obviously putting their nose into it. But man, the chemistry between Josh and AR Fox was pretty great. And I was just like, oh, they tearing it up. And this is one of those situations where it's like, these are one of those hidden gems that you probably wouldn't think you would really enjoy. And they're really great. And unfortunately, there's that $10 you got to pay to see a couple of good matches in between seeing a whole bunch of stuff that don't really matter, to be honest with you. But really great chemistry. AR Fox, like I said, has a match with Nick Wayne. He ends up taking the win. And Nick Wayne attacked his ass after that. I mean, laid out AR Fox. And honestly, I understand AR Fox and Nick Wayne got their little beef from like a year ago from when Swerve and AR Fox attacked him at his house. I just feel like it's a little bit weird that they're bringing it up, but I know they're going to give us an amazing match on Collision, so I'm looking forward to that. Now, main event. Shibata versus The Butcher. That does not scream main event to me. Shibata, I see him doing main events, and he has done quite a few main events for Ring of Honor. The Butcher, I can only remember seeing him a handful of times on Ring of Honor, and when I say a handful of times, I mean like earlier this year, way earlier this year. So I was really surprised to hear that this was even a main event, let alone a match. This match wasn't even 5 minutes, and I'm just like, y'all can't do this. Y'all just putting shit. This is what I'm saying. You tape a show, You have the power to manipulate the show to go at whatever vibe you wanted to go to. And you chose a 5 minute, less than 5 minute match as your main event. After watching everything else, you didn't think, you know what? We wanted this to be the main event. However, AR Fox and Josh Woods killed it. It would be cool to just end off the show with Nick Wayne and AR Fox and Nick Wayne attacking him, because that does go into what's going to happen on Collision. That's cool to go with that. The Nick Wayne match with Ryan, I can understand why that's not main event, even though I think that was the best match. But still, y'all see what you guys have taped, and at some point you can be like, nah, what we wanted to be main event is not main event worthy. Let's switch that with something else, and they didn't. So the vibe kind of went left for that last 5 minutes of the show. I don't know what they were thinking about. Shibata ends up taking the win, and that's it. We got to do better, Tony Khan. Either way, I sat through about 2 hours of wrestling. I'm happy to watch wrestling every day. Will I still say that, the Honor Club is worth the $10? Right now, things are picking up. Absolutely. I would say things are picking up with some of these stories, but so far, I can't recommend it. Not for $10. Guys, thanks very much for watching my review. I'll be back tomorrow with New Japan Fighting Spirit Unleashed and also a review on Rampage. See you guys then. Bye.